Good morning. So it's February 1st. Today is my birthday. And you armchair and professional psychologists may have a field day with this particular video. So I remember when I was growing up that if I would get in trouble for something, which I did on a semi-regular basis, because I like to be active, and I would get punished sometimes with a switch or sometimes with what's now called timeout. Afterwards, oftentimes I would punish myself further by going in the closet and just sitting there and not doing anything. So I remember thinking that I needed to learn a lesson when I did things wrong, and I wanted to correct myself even then. I was a little bit hard on myself. So that's part of who I am today. And the further I got along in life, and I got to reading a lot of different things, but one of the things that fascinated me was studying the early church fathers of the Christian faith, where they would go out and emulate Christ by spending time alone in the wilderness. Some men would subject themselves to sitting on top of a pole for a month at a time, not coming down, any number of things. It was interesting to me. And what further interested me are people who do like what I would consider hardcore meditation. I don't know if that's the right term for it, but not sunshine, peace, and love meditation, but meditation where you sit and it's agonizing just sitting there. I've done that. I spent a weekend doing that one time under some good leadership, and probably the most difficult thing I've ever done in my life. Pain that was pretty unimaginable, that you have to sit there and take it, and you learn how to deal with that. So I say all that because on my birthday, I always take a birthday hike. That's what I'm doing right now. And I contemplate me. I constantly and regularly contemplate everyone around me, almost too much. Particularly those that fall under my leadership, if you will, those that listen to my instruction. I'm constantly and regularly not only honing my skills so that I share good skills, but I'm always looking to see what it is that they need and try to adapt, improvise, and create instructional materials that meet them at their needs. So I'm constantly thinking about others and myself, obviously. But today I spend the day contemplating myself on these hikes. And I was thinking about this, the way I used to punish myself by going in the closet, and how going off on my own now, being alone and meditating at times, not moving, just sitting, sometimes walking, hiking, that praying, like hard prayer, like agonizing prayer at times, and how getting off to myself is not a punishment anymore, but it's actually very good for me. It's enlightening, if you will. I don't know if that's the right word or not. And as I was doing some reading last week about people and the why people are sad, particularly those that contemplate and go through suicide, and what I was reading, or try to kill themselves. And what I was reading last week was a number of articles, and I have a book on this subject too. But the one that struck me really hard was there was a gentleman who interviewed the several dozen people that had tried to commit suicide by jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge. But their effort in doing so, fortunately, they didn't succeed. They lived. And there was a common thread with all of them. Every single one of them that jumped off the bridge but lived, each one of them said the same exact thing in the interview. Guess what that was? As I come to a crossroads, and a crossroads for them, I guess, every single one of them said that the moment they went off the bridge, they regretted their decision. That's tragic. Not for them. That's great for them, because many of them went on to do beautiful and wonderful things and show love. But what's tragic are those that went over the edge, realized that they had made a mistake, and then they died. It hurts me thinking about it. So, here's what I know, and this is why I'm studying this subject. Nature is a healer. Now you can come out here and give thanks to God, as I do. You can come out here and just be with nature for what it's worth, what it is, whether it has a larger meaning or not. But what I do know, and the research backs me up, look in the back of my first book and you'll see some of the references that I utilize. There's a lot of research that indicates that just being in nature is healthy for you. It's good for you. It doesn't mean it's a cure-all. It's not. But it definitely is a piece in the puzzle that will heal us all. So you're dealing with stress. You want to contemplate yourself, kind of like I'm doing today, looking deep into yourself. Then go out and just get quiet. Spend some time in the outdoors. You might see something, animal, critter, a leaf, bark on a tree, mushroom, something that gives you some sort of, I hate to use this word, but gives you enlightenment, gives you some sort of message. Again, it's a good place. In my faith, Christianity, we have pretty cool examples of that throughout both scripture and history. And every other belief system that I know of, those that wanted to endeavor to dig deep went outside and spent time on their own. So I'm doing that today. Spend some time contemplating myself, and I hope it encourages you to do the same. There's a lot to learn if you learn how to listen and look deep within yourself. So, with that said, today's my birthday, but think about it this way. It's your birthday too. Every moment is a new day. Every moment is the only one we have right now. So happy birthday to you.